everyone, and welcome to Stamp and Chat. I am Gina from Gina K Designs, and I'd like to welcome you all from all over the United States and all over the world joining us for our lunchtime Stamp and Chat. So today we're going to have a little bit of fun using a technique where I'm going to show you how you can emboss in any color. And I'm going to show you how I use one of my favorite dies from our new Master Layouts 5 to add a little pattern paper element, because I know you guys all have lots of pattern paper sitting in your collection, just waiting there for the right opportunity. So we're going to add some of that into today's card project. So before we get started, I just want you guys to know that we had Spectrum out here trying to fix our internet, making sure that there was a little static on the line, they said. Well, they claim that they came out and fixed it, and we've had more problems now than we've ever had before just trying to get the live set up. So I'm just going to apologize in advance if there is any blurriness, anything. Hopefully it's going to go smooth. All of the bad stuff is behind us in the last half hour of setting up. So yesterday, I don't know, it was not a good mail day yesterday. Yesterday, I went to the mailbox and I only got 4 pieces of mail, and I didn't like any of them. I got, Tom, you're going to get the mail from now on, okay? I just want you to know that.
I thought I got the mail.
No, well, you usually get the mail. But I ended up getting the mail yesterday, and there were 4 things in the mail, and I didn't like any of them. The first one was a coupon code for Life Alert. The second one was an AARP magazine. The third one was an ad for orthopedic shoes, and the last one was a coupon for Depends. So I think I've hit that age group now where I am, that's my new junk mail. Before I was getting like really cute clothes catalogs, and I don't know, like I was getting ads for Ulta. I don't know. It's now I've got coupons for Depends.
Most of those are probably for me.
Oh, I'll look to see if they're addressed to you. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so glad you guys are here. Let's, I know we're all in the same boat, right? Or a lot of us are in the same boat anyway. Not all of us. Some of us are in denial, like me. This is summer heat, not a hot flash. Oh, welcome. And it's hot out. I've seen all your weather reports coming in. You guys are hot right now, and that is not age related. That is because the temperatures are ridiculous around the whole world right now. It's ridiculous. Well, all right, here we're getting a little rain, so I don't know if that's going to affect the internet, but so far so good. Tom's monitoring it. So if you do have blurriness or you're having any issues hearing or anything like that, do go back and come back in, because sometimes it's on your end. Right now we're monitoring, so our end is uploading at a good speed. Okay, so today I'm going to use the beautiful... Hey, what'd you say?
Hubby Frubbins. Remember that?
Yeah, what is that from? I remember that. What is...
Who knows where that's from? Hubby Frubbins.
Hubby Frubbins.
What show is that from?
Oh my gosh, that's bringing me back. Really, really far back.
Tabu Dabe Wubby. And they go, oh,
I don't remember. Who remembers? Oh my gosh. Tell us, Tom.
I'll wait and see if
anybody knows.
It.
Okay. All right. We'll see if anybody knows where that's from. So in the meantime, I'm going to be using the set that my daughter Alicia drew for us. And this is from the new Time to Coast. Oh, somebody said it's from Zoom.
It's from Zoom.
Yes. That's right. Oh, Mork and Mindy, though, that was a pretty good guess, because Mork always talked a little bit like that, too. That was a good guess. But yeah, that's right. It was from Zoom. Now I remember. Yeah, Teletubbies sounds like that, too. But that's way after my time. I mean, this was a childhood memory. All right. So this is the stamp set that Alicia designed for us in the new Time to Coast kit. And I love this set. It is called, what is it called here? It is called Sketched Flowers. So let's go to the overhead and we'll take a look at this. So this is the Sketched Flowers stamp set. And what I love about this is it's a nice, solid, chunky stamp. So you can do a lot of really fun stamping with it, and you can do a lot of inking techniques with it. So we're going to use this today as our flower set. And then I'm probably going to use some of the dies from the new kit. I haven't really used these yet. The Enjoy and Shadow and the Today and Shadow. I love these dies. And I know a couple of you were asking when are the components of the kit going to be broken up, because a lot of you want the Time to Coast stamp set. But I do want to point out that this stamp set has probably, this kit has probably $130 worth of merchandise in it for $59.95. So if you like even two of the things, or you like the stamp set and you like these word and shadow dies, you almost will end up paying the same thing for just those components when everything goes separately. So if you like this Enjoy in Today's stamp set and these two shadow dies, and then this stamp set, by all means get the kit, because you're going to get the flowers, you're going to get all these dies, you're going to get these shadow dies for this set, and you're going to get to try a lot of pretty colors of cardstock. So just a little FYI for those of you that are kind of on the fence about whether or not to get this kit.
What's the saying on the bottom with beautiful in it?
It says, "You are beautiful inside and out."
Ah.
I love the text on this too. You can see it a little better against white. The text is so beautiful. The way it's hand lettered, just beautiful. All right, so we're going to start by trimming down a piece of white cardstock, because we're going to pick some colors to stamp in. And we're going to make this look like we have all these different beautiful embossing powder colors, which we actually don't have very many embossing powder colors, but all you really need for this technique is a good quality clear embossing powder. Now, in picking colors, I wanted to use some pattern paper. So I picked out this pattern paper pack. I love this one. This is called Made with Love, and it's got some really beautiful patterns in here. And it also has, it has a really pretty color palette. So I really feel like this color palette would look really pretty with like peach Bellini and maybe either turquoise sea or tranquil teal. And then you could mix in some jelly beans. Let me find jelly bean. Some jelly bean green into that. And that color palette is just so pretty together. So that's a really nice one. I also really love this pattern paper pack. This is called Here Comes the Sun. And this has, I love this because it has black in it. And you guys know that I get pretty jazzed about anything with a little bit of black in it. Look at how pretty that is. So these are really, really nice papers. And I definitely want, oh, look at that. Let's use this one because it's sketchy like the flowers. Okay, we're going to use this one. We're going to use the Here Comes the Sun pattern paper pack. And we're going to use this pattern right here. I love this. First of all, this feels very beachy. It feels kind of like, you know, a fancy chair that you would see out by a pool. It also kind of gives to mind ocean waves. So you could definitely use it with the Time to Coast stamp set too. I think that would be a really pretty pattern. And again, I love the whole, like these are all the different patterns that are in here. This one looks like ocean waves too. And then these with the black is so striking. So we'll use this paper pack today, and then we'll do some turquoise flowers to mix with it. All right. Somebody was asking about our paper and our weights. So we have two different weights of white paper. We have our GK Designs layering weight, which is 80 pound, and it's a thinner cardstock, perfect for layering, die cutting, all of those things. Then we also have our 120 pound white cardstock, which is our heavy base weight white, and that is perfect for white card bases. Then all of our colors, well, most of our colors in our heavyweight, all of our colors are 100 pound. And then we have a midweight. And our midweight just comes in certain colors like peach Bellini and dusty rose, just a couple colors. And Red Hot is a mid-weight, and those weigh 90 pounds. So they're right in between the layering and the base weight. So yeah, so I am just jazzed about this pattern paper here. So this is the one that I'm going to use today, and I'm going to stamp a few flowers. So let's start with, let's start with this really big flower. I'll do this one first. And let's get this on here. And let's stamp this. Now, what I'm going to do is, this is a little trick, okay? I'm going to put this on here and I'm going to pick it up with the Door of the Misty. Now, this is a way to do layering flowers and still be able to create that embossed look. So you're also going to need an acrylic block with this. I have my round one. I also have my square one. And I know you guys are wondering when our acrylic blocks are coming back in stock. And I just got a notification that they're done being manufactured. So now we're hoping that they can get them to us in a timely fashion. So I don't have 100% what that date looks like yet, but I'm hoping for the best, and we should be able to update you soon. So I think I'm going to start with a little bit of sea glass here. Yes, this is, for those of you that are wondering, the pattern paper that I'm using is Gina K Designs pattern paper. It comes in a pack of 24 sheets. There's 6x6 patterns, and you get 3 sheets of each of the patterns. And you can see what they look like here. Different patterns that all kind of coordinate nicely together. I just love that one. That one is, I love it. I feel like I want to color those flowers in too. And this one feels very much like the ocean, doesn't it? Ooh, I love that. And then this one here. So this is called Here Comes the Sun pattern paper pack. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to ink up this stamp with some sea glass ink. Let's get that in there. I'll do the sea glass. Get my Chucky tool. There we go. I'm going to stamp that a second time because I want that to be a little bit darker, and this is the very first time I'm inking up this stamp. So when you can combine that with a brand new stamp and a light colored ink, sometimes you've got to stamp it twice the first time. Okay, there's sea glass. And I think that's going to be a nice coordinating color when we add some of the darker colors with this pattern paper pack. I think it's going to work really nicely. All right, now for my second stamp, I'm going to stamp over that flower with this flower here. And Alicia designed these to work together, which I love, because you can stamp these flowers separately or you can stamp them together. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that right over this flower, and I'm going to use Tranquil Teal for that. Let's see where that is. I think that will be a good color because that looks exactly like this color right here in the pattern paper. All right, so we're going to ink this stamp up really well on a block. And you can see I have not moved this stamp. This is still on the Misty. You don't want to move that stamp when you're doing this. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp this one right on top to give it that second layer. There we go. Ooh, I love that. And when that dries, it's not going to look quite so dark. Let's zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay, I'm going to clean this stamp. And now I'm going to put the center of my stamp in there. And I'm going to do that again with an acrylic block. This is the center piece I'm going to use. Right here, this. And I'm going to do it in black onyx because, you know, I always love to have a little bit of black in every card that I make. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. So there we have the black in the center there. I love this flower. It's so cute. Okay, so now my next step, let me dig through my drawers here for a second because I have to find something. I don't know where anything is yet. You know what? I might forego what I'm looking for and just use my finger. I think I'll do that. Okay, so now the next step is we're going to take this embossing magic pad and we're going to just tap over that to make sure we get rid of any static. Okay, and now this stamp is still in the same position. I did clean it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of the Gina K Designs Embossing and Watermark Ink. That is not it. Here it is right here. And I'm going to ink this stamp up really well with Embossing and Watermark Ink. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp that right on top. Okay. And this is going to hit almost all of the stamp except the center of the stamp. So what I'm going to do is I want to get some embossing ink on the center. You could use a small sponge dauber, or you can just use your finger and add a little bit of embossing and watermark ink in there, just so that the whole thing is covered. Now I'm going to use this. And I've got some clear embossing powder, and I'm going to put the clear embossing powder over that whole stamp. Okay. Now, let me get that back in here before we have a terrible disaster. And I'm going to emboss that. Let me heat up my embossing powder for just a second. Not my embossing powder, my embossing gun. I like to have it a little preheated so it embosses faster. All right. Here we go. Now this is going to look like I had sea glass embossing powder, Tranquil Teal embossing powder. You see the shine? And black Onyx embossing powder. So that's all embossed. And that's a really fun way to get a little bit of embossing in a layered stamp. As long as the biggest one is still on the MISTI, you could just, smear the ink around the inside. It doesn't have to be so perfect. Okay. So now we did a big stamp. So let's get rid of that stamp. And when I get embossing ink on my stamps, sometimes it's hard to clean it off. So what I'll do is I'll take all the stamps afterwards. I will go to my sink with an old toothbrush, not your toothbrush, Tom.
Sure.
And then I will take a little bit of Dawn dish detergent and I will just scrub all of the stamps in warm soapy water, rinse them, and then just pat them dry. And they will look like brand new stamps. Okay, so let's do a side view flower. Let's see how this one's going to work. Okay, so we're going to stamp this. I'm going to use this for the leaves because it's kind of buckly now because I embossed. And the leaves, I'm only going to do one step. So, all right. So, let's see here. I'm going to use this side view cone flower. And then, again, I'm going to use the same thing. I'm going to start with sea glass. And we'll stamp that. Okay. And again, brand new stamp. So it does need 2 layers to just get it working. Now, once you do 2 layers, this stamp is always going to perform really well. It just needs to get the residue off of there. So instead of rubbing over the surface, I just opted to stamp it twice. And you can see how nice and bright and solid that is now. So again, I'm cleaning the stamp, but I'm leaving it over here on the MISTI. And now I'm going to do my second layer. And I don't know if I said this already, but I love what Alicia did with these stamps. This flower and this flower can be used separately, or they can be used to layer the flowers to create that fun pop of color right there. Okay, so let's see here. What are people saying? I'm trying to keep up. All right, I'm going to use this block again for this. And then again, I'm going to stamp that down into that area. So all of it's going to get covered again with my first stamp when I go to emboss. And here is Tranquil Teal. So, ooh, I think I froze. All right. We're going to go out and come back in real quick here. Just stay where you are. Don't anybody. Okay, I should be back now. I should be back now. Okay, so let's stamp this one now, this side view flower. We're going to have a lot to scream about later today, Tom.
Yay.
I'm just going to be screaming at everybody. And then I'm going to add a center to this, but I'm going to use this big center, I think. Let me check the die for this. Let's see which stamp works with this die. Oh, yeah, the big one. We got to use the biggie. So let's use, well, I could use the small one, but I want to use the big one. So I had to check the die to see where it goes. Could I stamp in there? Could I be that good? Probably not. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my chances and stamp that center with black. Okay. This is black, right? Yes. All right, here we go. I'm going to stamp it in there. There. Ooh, that's so cute. Look how cute that is. It froze again, Tom. I'm back now, and I'm sorry about that. We are really doing our best. We're going to try to stay calm, and we're going to just understand that Spectrum's going to get another call today, and we're going to tell him we can't have this anymore. Okay, so now I'm going to use my embossing magic pad once again, and I'm going to stamp this using some of our clear embossing powder. Now this one, I'm going to try to stamp the clear embossing powder right over that center spot, and I think I can do it. I really do think I can do it. And here's the thing, if it goes a little outside, remember your embossing powder is clear, so it is not going to be a problem at all. So let's give that a try. Okay, so we'll get rid of that, and then we'll stamp this with the embossing ink, and we'll try to line it up. So let's try real hard. It's pretty easy to line up, actually. There we go. Yeah, no, it's not you. It's us. We're having problems, and I really apologize. And I'm going to call Spectrum today and tell them that I'm tired of apologizing, and they got to get their act together.
What stamp set?
This stamp set, love this stamp set. This is from the brand new Time to Coast kit. It is called Sketched Flowers. Ooh, do you hear that thunder, Tom? It's called Sketched Flowers. And it is one of the stamp sets from the new kit. So, here we go. Now, once again, that technique makes it look like I've got sea glass embossing powder. Here, I'll turn it so you can see the shine. There's the shine. Sea glass embossing powder, Tranquil Teal embossing powder, and black Onyx embossing powder. Just love all that shine. Very easy to line up, Anne. Absolutely. You know, that big, bold stamp, so easy. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you ordered the kit. I hope you have so much fun with it. I know I have been having a lot of fun with it. All right. So now we're going to do a few leaves. And for this technique, we're not going to have to stamp so crazy. we're going to be able to add that second little bit of color right onto the stamp. Okay, so you can do this in 2 steps. Let me get my embossing powder off of my Misty. You can do this stamping in 2 steps. So we definitely want to use Jelly Bean Green because I think Jelly Bean and Fresh Asparagus are going to be a nice color combination with this pattern paper from our Here Comes the Sun pattern paper pack. All right, so we'll start with Jelly Bean. Now you can do this one of 2 ways. You can either do all of your inking technique on the stamp all at once, or you can do it in 2 steps like I'm going to do it here. So my first step is to stamp the Jelly Bean Green right onto the stamp. And then, let me grab my ink cube. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Fresh Asparagus. I have an ink cube. Now you can also do this with a big ink pad if you have that, but the ink cube does allow you to have a little bit more control. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap. Let me get this black piece of cardstock out of here so you can see a little bit better. We'll try to put some white under here. So what I'm doing is I'm just tapping on the sides of the leaves just to add a little bit of color. And this is going to make it feel like a 2-step stamped image. And I love this technique. See that? See how that, let me show you up close. See how that created a 2-step look? So easy. And so you don't have anything to line up, which makes it even easier. So now I'm going to clean the leaves over here. And now I'm going to use my embossing magic pad over the top. And I'm going to use my embossing ink. And we're going to get some ink right over this whole thing. And we're going to emboss it in clear. So there we go. Now we can get this little thing again and get some clear ink on that. So that's a fun way to add a second layer of color, even if you only have a stamp that is a single step, like the leaves are here in this kit. Alicia made the flowers. Actually, it started out where we were just going to have kind of, a couple steps on the flowers, but then she made them so that they could also be used as standalone stamps. Okay, so now I challenge anybody to find embossing powder that has 2 colors in it. Isn't that fun? Very fun technique. And that little bit of shine just adds so much. All right, so now we'll do a couple of the single leaves. I'm really going to have to wash these stamps. I'm using so many of them. So we'll do a couple single leaves here. I think we're going to need more than just 2. So we'll do this technique twice. We'll start with Jelly Bean. Let's really make sure our cardstock is in that corner. So we'll start with Jelly Bean again. Let me find my Jelly Bean ink pad. I'm sure you guys see it. I don't see it. It's probably open somewhere. Where is it? Are they telling me where it is, Tom? I have Fresh Asparagus. Oh, here it is. Okay. Here it is. I found it. So I'm going to stamp both of these at the same time. Here. And if you really want to be efficient, you can have another little piece of cardstock ready to go. And you can slip it in there. And this is good for mass producing. If you want to do something mass producing, you could be stamping flowers and leaves on all of these pieces. Okay, so now we've got 2 ready to go. So we have 4 leaves. And I'm going to take that same little ink cube. Let me move over here so make sure you can see it. I did get rid of my white piece. It's always easier to see with white underneath. And then we'll just hit along the side a little bit on that one. And we'll do the same side this way, depending on how this all goes. I'll probably angle them and they'll look similar. Okay, there we go. So we'll do it again to the other ones. And And again, once the ink starts to dry, it lightens up a little bit. Same thing. Side there and on the side there. Okay. Now we've got the two-tone on this one as well. Okay, so let's see, what's the difference between Versamark ink and the one you're using today? Well, the one I'm using today is my brand of embossing ink. And the reason why I go back and forth, I have both of them. I like them both, and whatever I grab first, you know. But once my Versamark dries up and it's done, I will be sticking with the Gina K Designs embossing ink. All right, so now, again, embossing magic. And then some of the Gina K Designs Embossing and Watermark ink. And remember, I cleaned these stamps, so there's no green left on them. There we go. Now, I would recommend, if you're mass producing, get the embossing powder on there right away, okay? Don't wait until you've stamped them all with the watermark ink, because you don't want it to dry. But you can put that aside, and then you can go ahead and stamp the next one, like I'm going to do now. Popping that back into the MISTI and inking it up. The tool that I'm pressing with is a tool that my friend Chuck Meadows made for me, and we call it the Chucky tool. He made it out of a curtain finial and a furniture protector pad, and he glued them together. And it's a great way to add a little added pressure onto your MISTI stamping tool. Now, a lot of people are switching over, like if they don't want to make one themselves. And if you want to see some beautiful ones, go over to the Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends Facebook page. We have a whole album over there, photo album of everybody's do-it-yourself Chucky tool. They're just beautiful. But if you don't have the ability to make one and you still want one, a lot of people are using air hockey paddles. In fact, I got to show you guys. I really wanted to test that out. So I bought a bunch of them on Amazon, and they have felt for the bottom, and I'm going to test one out on the show. Just for those of you who don't want to do the do-it-yourself one. And some people are using things like a dry erase board eraser, and that works well too. So lots of ways to achieve that kind of tool. All right. Here we go. I love how bright the colors get once you emboss that clear on top of them. They really get even more vibrant. Well, of course, they look a little whitish because they have powder on them, but there's just something about having that little bit of extra shine in there that's so fun. All right, so we've got all of our little components here, and now it's going to be time to cut. And we're going to cut a little piece of pattern paper. Let me get my ink pads out of the way. I know I'm going to need my black one for my greeting. Somebody asked me why I don't use any other colors other than black for my greetings. And I don't know the answer to that other than I just really like how vibrant it is. And I think for this card, I'll be embossing my greeting in black. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's start by cutting these flowers out. Now, you know, I always like to do things in threes, and I did not do this in threes this time. I did 2 flowers, so we're going to have to go with the 2 flower look today. But that's okay. They're big flowers, so 2 is going to take up a lot of space. All right, and we're going to push that through. There we go. See if I can cut these 2 leaves out at the same time, but you can see how pretty that flower cut out, and then it's got all that nice embossing shine. Okay. Yeah, nobody but Chuck Meadows could have come up with that idea. He's brilliant, and I really appreciate that he sent that to me. I was complaining that, you know, sometimes with my arthritis, I deserve all of those coupons and things that I got in the mail. They're not wrong. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I received some coupons and advertisements in the mail, and they were all related to my age. Everything from a life alert coupon to Depends. And I'm not gonna lie, I've actually needed every one of those things. So I think maybe I'll look into them now that I have coupons. All right. So I was complaining about my arthritis, and Chuck was kind enough to come up with this idea to help me press my MISTI down a little bit easier. I asked Chuck if he wanted to make them, and he just didn't want to. He's just a very kind person and just did it for fun for me to help me out, and he didn't want to make it a business. So I understand, and I know there's some companies out there now that are making it into a business, but they're not crediting Chuck, and I gotta credit Chuck, because without Chuck, none of us would have thought of that. He's the one that brought it to the stamping world. So thank you again, Chuck. I appreciate you if you're watching. All right. Oh, dropped it. Ugh, there we go. So that's cut out. I could have cut that better if I would have taped it, but you know, I don't really have an excuse. Just figured I'd end that sentence with, you know, and that you guys would accept that as an answer. All right, and the last one, we're going to cut this cone flower that's sideways. Okay. Yeah, good old Chuck. Love him. Okay, so I got a little bit of dirt from my die cutting machine. And by the way, somebody told me to clean my die cutting machine with a toothbrush again. And then once you clean it all with a toothbrush, put it in your dishwasher. And I did that, and my plates got pretty clean. But then they got dirty again right away. So I should have a backup set of plates. And I do, somewhere since the move. Okay, well, why am I putting this away? We got to make our pattern paper. So for those of you who haven't seen the Master Layouts 5 die set, this is one of my favorite dies in the new die set. It's this triangle, and it works great for square cards. It works great for A2 size cards, which is what most of us are making these days. And I'm not sure, do I want my triangle to go this way where the stripes are up and down, or do I want it to go this way where they're sideways? Both look really nicely, but being a person who is not very tall, I've always been told to wear stripes in this direction. So my card is going to wear its stripes in this direction. How's that for reasoning? That kind of reasoning is what gets you sent away. Okay, so let's press that down and we'll cut one of these. I know the single triangle, Heidi, is so awesome, and I know a lot of people really like it, but you have to admit, having this die and this die in that set too, the window, it's just such an overall good die set. I'm so excited by it. Okay, so that gives a little bit of a stitched look in there, and I like that, and I think these are going to look very pretty all together. You guys see that? It's a nice combination there. Okay, so let's do a little bit more die cutting, shall we? Let's use the Master Layouts 1 die set to cut. Let's see how this fits in here. That's kind of big, so maybe we'll go down to the Master Layouts 2. Master Layouts 2 is a little bit smaller, and it also has the stitching, so we might like that combination together. Oh yeah, so we'll use Master Layouts 2, and we're going to cut Master Layouts 2 in white first. So we'll cut this one in white. And then we're going to cut the second die from Master Layouts 2 in, surprise, in black. And know you guys didn't expect that at all, right? Okay. So now this together with this is going to be a really nice look to add a little touch of pattern paper. Now you can add it up into the top corner if you prefer this look. You can add it into this corner if you prefer that look, or you can put them in both corners. You could have them going in opposite directions just for a little bit of interest and have one in the top corner and one in the bottom corner. You can also, if you wanted to, you could do a coordinating paper. I'll cut one just to show you. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but I'm going to cut one just to show you how pretty it would look. So let's cut one with this vine. You're going to make me like it, I bet. Okay, so we're going to cut a triangle with the vine. I like mixing patterns too. It is kind of fun. Go. Put these aside. We can get more cuts out of those. And you can see how if you put one here and you put one down here, these patterns coordinate really nicely. It's just a great way to use up your pattern papers. Yes, these pattern papers are from the Gina K Designs Here Comes the Sun pattern paper pack. All right, so let's go ahead and do it because it looks kind of cool. And then I think I want to do it. I think I do. I'm going to cut a white piece using these ovals. So these are the double stitched ovals and single stitched ovals. Now when I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do, oh, and also I wanted to let you know, this also looks really cool if you do it this way. So we could actually make the card going in this direction, which might be really fun. So let's take a look here. I could lay these flowers out on the oval like this, and then I could have my little vine coming across, and we could add our leaves in here, right? Different ways. And then I could put my greeting right over here. So this looks like the perfect situation to use maybe one of these fancy greetings. Enjoy. I think I'll do that. So let's go with the biggest oval. Let me get my pieces off of here. We'll go with the biggest oval because that kind of looked nice. And this is my thought process. You know, for those of you that are new to my channel, I make these cards like on the fly. I don't know really what I'm going to do ahead of time. I kind of pick a technique and then I just, you know, I give it a try and see what happens on live with you guys, knowing that you're going to be gracious no matter what happens, and you'll still have a heart full of love, hopefully. So I cut that one out, and then I'm going to cut the coordinating one. That's the single stitched. I'm going to cut that out in black. But I do need a small piece of black cardstock, so I'm going to just cut that right off to the side here so you guys don't have to see it to hear it. I'm cutting quick. And we'll cut the big one right here. Now somebody asked me, oh goodness, you know, they get overwhelmed with the idea of wasting a lot of cardstock, a lot of black cardstock when I do my layering and my panels. So it's not so bad when you do the ovals like that, but when you do these big panels of black cardstock, like I'm going to do now with the second layer of Master Layouts 2, I want to show you this is a great opportunity to cut out your words. You could cut your word out right away. I do like to cut my words out on their back. So I'll just lay this on top. So I think we'll use the Enjoy greeting. Maybe make this into like a bright birthday card. Okay, there we go. So there, I'm killing two birds with one stone. I've got my panel cut out. And now I also have my word cut out. But it's okay, because when I layer these pieces together, you're not going to see that. So who cares what it looks like on the back, right? You're not going to see that. Okay. Who's sad? Why is somebody sad? I see a sad face out there. Now, I'm not short, I'm fun size. Oh, I like that. I am fun size. Kind of. Not always fun, though. Sometimes I'm fun, though. Okay, enjoy. Let's get this together. There we go. So, enjoy. And then there's the dot for the eye in here. But I think I'm going to use an embellishment instead. But I won't throw it away in case I change my mind. So I've got my die. I think I have all my pieces cut out. So let's get to assembling this card. Whew, that was a lot of stuff. I think I cut everything out. Let me get my die cutting machine put away so that I can figure out now that I need to pull it back. Hopefully not. So card base colors. Now we've got these beautiful pattern papers. So I think it might be really pretty on sea glass. So let's take a look at that. But sea glass might be a little much, and we may just want to go with white. I mean, is white ever not a nice card base color, especially when you have so much color in your cards? So let me get a white card base over here, and I will score it real quickly. Let's take a look here at what this will look like. Okay, 4 1/4. All right, fold that. There we go. I'm gonna say white is probably gonna be the favorite color out of the two, but we'll keep sea glass on standby. So let's start assembling this card. So first, we're going to adhere. Yeah, green would be pretty too, Rebecca. Green would be a nice color. I could try that because there is a lot of blue, that's for sure. Well, let's see it on white first. Okay, there we go. So we got those two layers together. And now let's layer these two panels together. All right. How's everything going now? Are we somewhat stabilized? I think we are. I shouldn't say anything. It's like jinxing it. Okay. So that's going to go in the center of this card. Let's put this over here. Oh, I love the triangle. I gotta say, I love the triangle. And I know not a lot of the triangle is going to show now because of my layout, but I definitely want to put it so that you can still see the stitching, because the stitching is just so cute. There we go. All right, and we'll put the other one up at the top. Wasn't going to use the top one. This is what it would look like without the top. Just that little accent, but now I'm kind of excited about the second pattern, so I think I have to use it. I got too excited. Okay. Try to get this laying down right. It's not perfect, but it is perfect enough. And what's cute about this too is, for those of you that have those big chunky greetings, you could always do an angled greeting in the center here, and it could go either way on your card. It could go this way, which is fun, or it could go this way. And then you could try, you know, well, do I like the black at the bottom? It really just depends. So this is going to go here. And then I'm going to lay out my card design one more time with my flowers. You've got to see it all in action here. Definitely need the vine coming down into this area here. Let's put a leaf here and a leaf here. And maybe I'll put one over here, one down here, like that. And then we can put enjoy right here. And then we can stamp a little greeting in there somewhere. Now, there's another way to do this, and you guys might like this better. We could put this like here. And we could do flowers like this. I think I might like this better. We'll see. Because then we could have enjoy going across here. If we do that, which I really like, and I think we should do it, I'm going to flip it around so that the enjoy, because the enjoy is in black, that it stands out a little more than having the black pattern paper down here. Okay, I think I like it this way. And then we can fill in with a few little leaves. And remember, the flowers can go outside of the oval. They don't have to be stuck inside of the oval. That. You guys like that leaf kind of hanging over the flower a little bit? Oh, I like it. It's cute. And then enjoy. Now, what can we put with enjoy? Let's take a look at the stamp set. Boy. Enjoy every moment. So we could move that up a little bit. And we could stamp. Why don't I have nails? I really need nails. Enjoy. I love you would be really cute in there too. Enjoy. I love you. Enjoy your birthday. We could have your birthday stamped in there somewhere. We could even put that on a little flag. Okay, guys, I think I might have to do that. All right, let's get this tacked down here first. Do you guys take this long to decide how you're going to lay out your cards too? Always takes me a while. My old videos, I used to just, I'd figure it out like all day, figure out what I wanted to do. And then I'd make the video and people would be like, oh my gosh, why is it so easy for you to figure out what you want to do? I'm going to pop this up higher because I'm going to leave room for a flag down here. And I realized that that was somewhat deceptive because it did take me a long time to figure out what I wanted to do. It's just by the time, the video, I did the video, I knew exactly what I was going to do, but my thought process definitely takes longer. So I'm going to use some foam squares for this. We'll pop this one just a little outside of the oval up here. And this one will pop out over here. So the flowers will pop and the leaves we will not. So this way it gives us some dimension. Hey, Tom, you know what?
What?
I think we should give this card away to somebody in the comments. What do you think?
All right.
You do that? So can you randomly, like later when we're just getting ready to end, can you randomly just spin the comments like the Wheel of Fortune kind of spin?
In the wheel, I can do that.
Can you do that? And then we'll see who wins the card. That would be really fun. And you know what? Let's pick 2 winners and, oh, I got that stuck. Let's pick 2 winners and then let's give away the card that I made. I'll pull the card out and show everybody in a minute. I'm going to make this vine a little shorter just by sticking it up there. Let's give away the card that I made. I'll find it real quick here. The other night, this card that I made on Monday night. So we'll give this card away and we'll give this card away. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to tuck this vine under there. Oh my goodness, my paper that's supposed to be helping me is just sliding all around. That's what I like about this vine. You can just kind of put it wherever you want it and hide it under there. Okay, and these little, I love these little leaves. They look like angel wings, don't they? They're
Yes,
so
they
cute.
do.
Okay, we'll get one up here. And one right here.
Little Earth Day angel wings.
Earth Day angel wings?
Yeah.
Or birthday?
Earth Day.
Earth Day? Let's do this like that. That's pretty. And then we'll do the same thing down here. We'll do one. We'll do a tiny one there. Let's do this one. Do it up here. I don't even know. I don't know where I want to do it. Maybe we don't need all of them. I know I had an idea, but I should have taken a picture of it. That's cute. Maybe we'll overlap this one right there. Why not? Leaves overlap in real life. Now we'll tack this down with a little bit of Connect glue. You like the leaf on top? Okay. Oh, the leaf up here, you liked it. Really? Up here? Like up there? Or over here maybe? Coming out? I'm up in the air. I kind of agree that it's a little crowded over here and that something could be over here, really. Maybe we'll just slip that one there. Let's do that. Okay. Then I'm going to take a little Connect glue and squeeze some out. We don't need much Connect glue for this. By the way, these glue holders finally are back in stock. I like them because if you've ever had a glue holder, these are nice because you push the cap in and you just press it down in there. And then when you open the glue, the cap stays in there. So it helps you open it. And you never lose your cap. Because I've lost my cap and that is not fun. All right, so we're going to do Enjoy. And I'm just going to tap this glue along the top of this word. I don't have to do the whole thing. We'll get that tacked down here. Enjoy. Let's move you out of the way here. We'll slide you over. There we go. I could put that black dot there. I think I might because it doesn't have a lot of room for embellishment. But look how small it is. Oh my gosh. We'll have to zoom in for this job. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue and just drop it right there. And then I'm going to pick that up with my gluey pick tool, stick tool, and just add the the dot on that. Okay. So, and just so you guys know, if you do get cards from me, occasionally I will just grab a piece of layering weight white for my card base. And the reason I do that is because it lays a little flatter when I'm making the card on the video. So if this cardstock doesn't feel as thick as our heavy base weight white, you'll understand why. Now we need a little banner going across the bottom. So we could, I think we need a really tiny one. So let's stamp it. Find a piece of white cardstock here. We're going to stamp that little greeting from the Enjoy Today. Let's see. Enjoy your birthday. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. Enjoy your birthday. So I'm going to put that down there. I know we're going over. I don't even care. I have to make up for the blurriness that everyone had to experience. So you got to have a full hour of non-blurry video. Okay, we'll just stamp that. Enjoy your birthday. And we'll cut it out with one of the Master Layouts 3 dies. That one is the one that has all of the cute little flags. It's got so many options in here. So let's pull the flags out. I keep these in stencil pockets, these die sets. Seems to be working out for now. All right, so we really don't need a big one. We could use that one. That will be a nice size, and that won't get in the way too much. Might look better in black, though. Do you guys think it would look better in black? I think it would look better in black. I know, I just put everything away, and I think we're going to do it in black. So what that means is I'm going to use white ink and white embossing powder, which still should be out from the other night, and it is. Okay, so we'll use a little embossing magic. I feel like it needs a black flag. I don't know. I feel like the white's just going to get lost. Okay, your birthday, and we'll get this little, okay, and we'll emboss that. Now, I like using white ink when I'm doing white embossing powder, especially on black, because if it's not perfect, if your embossing powder doesn't stick everywhere, the white ink makes up for it. So you don't have to worry that it's missing or it's, you know, not perfect. It looks a little bit better when you use the white ink. And our white ink is pigment ink, so there we go. I think this is the ticket right here. So we'll cut it out, and we'll cut out the other one, and we'll look at both of them, and we can decide. Now, I don't mind making extra flags and things like that because I keep all of that stuff in a little box, all my bits and pieces that didn't work out for a project. And then I use them for other things when I need a fast card. I saw in our group, somebody was asking, you know, that they were really trying to figure out how to mass produce cards. And I think that's a great way to do it. Just over time, make a couple of different elements when you're making them. Like you're making something like this, make 3 or 4 of them and throw them in the box. And then when you want to mass produce cards, sometimes you can just reach into your box of things and you can make cards out of just what's in there. You don't even have to stamp. You can grab and go. It's kind of like making your own stickers ahead of time. Okay, so let's just look at this. Oh yeah, I can already tell that I'm not going to want to use the white one. I need to use this one because it stands out against the white oval, right? Don't you guys agree? Can even do it down here at the bottom, but I think I like having it like in there. Which then, okay. I'm going to use this one. I'm not going to cut the other one out right now. And then I'm going to actually pick this oval up. Okay, everybody, Lord have mercy on my soul. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pick this oval up. Ugh, there we go. And I'm going to move it down. I'm going to center it more. Because I was leaving room at the bottom for my greeting, and now I feel like I don't need it. Okay. I'm glad I didn't press it down too hard. And then we're going to put that right on top of there. Yeah, it shows up better. I'm glad you guys agree with that. All right, so I think, of course, I don't have the right foam tape here. We have a beautiful Gina K Designs black foam tape, which is perfect for this. I don't have the right one. I just have the white foam tape here, but I'll show you a little trick if you don't have the right one. So let's just get this. I'm going to cut this piece of foam, not a big piece, and then I'm going to trim it down because I don't need the whole thing because it's a thin little thing, right? I'm going to put that on the back there. And then before I am ready to put this on my card, what I'm going to do is you can use a black Copic marker or you can use a black Sharpie. Let's zoom in a bit. here. And you can take that marker and you can just run it down the side. I think my Copic will work better. Let me get my Copic. I have a black Copic here. Yeah, here it is. I like using the sketch, the brush end, because it can get in there a little bit better. You can pull this off. And then I'm just going to go in there. Of course, my Copic marker's all dried up. Huh. Let me try this Sharpie again.
Easy does.
There we go. I'm just going to add it to the edges here. So when you look at it from the side view, it's not going to look stark white. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Now this is the way to do it if you don't have the black, but we do make the black, so it's a lot easier just to have the black. Okay. This card has to be good. It's going to somebody. Well, they all go to people, but this one's going to somebody here who watched this card get made. I have a little, oh, there we go. It came out. All right. So there's my finished card. And you see, if you look down, I don't know if you can see, but if you look down, you can't see that white as much. It's all blacked out. So it looks like black foam. I love these stamps. They're so fun. Those flowers are really fun to stamp with. All right. Well, there we go. So we're going to give away this card, and we're going to give away this card that we just made. All right, Tom. So lots of people have made comments, and I hope once people knew that we were giving away something based on who made comments, hopefully we should do this at every live. I'd love to give all these cards away. What do you think?
All right.
All right. Let's get you in. I want to see your face.
Okay. So there I am.
Oh, there you are.
And so before we reveal, what do the ladies have to do to get their card? We need their information? Or?
Yeah, that's a great thing. Okay, so if you're the winner, what we want you to do is we want you to email us at info@ginakdesigns.com. That's our customer service, info@ginakdesigns.com. Just let us know that you won the card, and we will have a record of which card you won, and I'll send it out to you. We're going to need your address. So you have to send us your address, and I will mail this card to you. And I'll put that in the description at YouTube too. So we'll put the 2 names of the winners on the YouTube description. Will that work, Tom?
If I guess it's okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then it'll say underneath, you know, this person won this card, this person won that card, and please email us your address at info@ginakdesigns.com, and we'll send you your card. And we're going to do this on our lives because I think it's a lot of fun. All right, so let's start with the window card, Tom.
The window card goes to Val Albright.
Woo, Val, yay! I don't know if there's applause because I can't hear them. But there should be.
They're going wild.
Okay. All right. All right. And you wrote them down, right? You know, Val won the window card. Okay. All right, Val, congratulations. Okay. And who is going to win this card? The Enjoy Your Birthday card.
Enjoy Your Birthday. Birthday will be going to Deborah Kelly.
Yay!
Deborah Kelly.
Oh, congratulations to our wonderful viewers out there who won these 2 cards. We're going to be giving lots more cards away throughout lives, and I actually have stacks of them, so maybe we'll do more than just 2 coming up just to play some catch up. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's card and the techniques that you learned today. Hopefully you'll give these techniques a try. I'd love to see the cards that you make if you share them over in our group at Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends over on Facebook. Later today, I'll be posting today's card over on the community tab on my YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. You can hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. And I will be back again next Monday night with another new video. I don't know if we're going to be using the kit or if we're going to be using other new stamp sets. We're definitely going to use master layouts because they're in every card. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. I love you all so very, very much. And I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.